this still has to be one of my favorite cameras of all time. And for $650, you can't beat it. In today's video, I'm going to tell you 3 cheap and simple upgrades that are going to make this camera even more cinematic than it already is. Welcome to Fulan Creative YouTube channel, where we do gear reviews, tips, tricks, and how-tos for creative professionals and entrepreneurs. So I was browsing through YouTube, right? And I saw this video by a guy named Joris Herman. And he did a pretty good job on that video, by the way. What he mainly talked about was 2 things: shallow depth of field and color grading. And to be honest, there's a lot more involved in terms of getting cinematic footage. But those 2 topics are a good place to start. So what exactly is cinematic footage? We hear this term thrown around on YouTube left, right, and center. To me, it's something that as soon as you see it, it screams out professionalism. It's something that looks like it was shot on an expensive camera. Footage that's different than if you were to just whip out your mobile phone and start recording. So how do we get that cinematic look? Let's talk about the first subject that Joris Herman was talking about in his video: shallow depth of field. And what that does is that it blurs out your background, allowing you to separate your subject from the background and from the foreground. It allows you to pull focus back and forth, bringing the viewer's attention to that which you want them to focus on. And aside from all of that, it just looks beautiful. So first things first, what do you need exactly to be able to get shallow depth of field? What you need is a lens where the aperture opens up very wide. So what would I recommend? You can get the Sigma 18-35, which is what I'm shooting on right now, for about $700 new and $350 used. Not only is it a low light beast, but it's like having a bag full of primes, as it's tack sharp throughout the whole focal range, and it's a constant f1.8 aperture. This very well may be the best APS-C lens ever made. And that lens right there has some of the smoothest, most beautiful bokeh that you can get. Pretty much almost any lens from Sigma that has a good aperture is going to give you amazing bokeh. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss future content. And now the second thing that Joris Herman was talking about that's going to make your footage extremely cinematic, and that is color grading. If you don't know what color grading is, it's just a fancy term for altering the colors so that you can get them looking the way you want and that you can make your footage pop. To be able to color grade your footage, you have to make sure that you get your exposure perfect. If you don't know how to set your exposure properly, there's a video I made and you'll see the thumbnail at the end of this video. So if that's something you need to brush up on, make sure you click on that video. Now once you got your exposure right, the next thing is to download CineStyle. And you can get it off of my website, fulancreative.com. CineStyle is a flat picture profile that's going to give you more flexibility in color grading than the standard picture profile or the neutral picture profile that your Canon comes with. So now you're good to go. You can color grade your footage to make it stand out. But there's one more thing you're going to need. You need a professional editing software. Hands down, the best one that you can get for color grading especially is DaVinci Resolve, and it's free. Now color grading does take some effort and time, but fortunately there's something called LUTs, and what that is like a filter that you put on your footage that's gonna automatically color grade it for you. The footage that you're looking at right now has already been color graded with my LUTs. So if we look at that footage as it comes straight out of the camera, it looks like this. As you can see, it's not so appealing. By the way, not only can you download CineStyle on my website, but you can also download 2 free LUTs to get you started. If you like those, then you can purchase my LUT pack, which has multiple LUTs in it, such as Analog Days, Simplicity, Freedom, and back to the original one I was using, Teal and Orange Juice. So as you can see, you can really make your image stand out using LUTs and shallow depth of field. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.